Hello, everybody. It's Meteorologist Hutch Johnson joining you. It's hot, it's muggy. I have an update on a chance of storms the next 2 days before the big time cool and drier spell works its way into the valley. Details coming up on this version of Hutch's weather. First, a quick note from my sponsors. Robert Gibbons Sons. They are a dealer of Bryant heating and cooling systems, whatever it takes. And those quality systems come with a 10-year parts warranty and a 3-year labor warranty. Give Robert Gibbons Sons a call today. Let them know that Hutch sent you. All right, it is warm out there. We do have some thunderstorms dashing across portions of southern Manitoba as we head into your afternoon drive time home. Nothing yet in our neck of the woods, but there is some Montana rumblers developing as well with a system that will be moving through later tonight. So up near the international border, anywhere up here could see a chance for a shower or thunder shower heading into your evening hours. Now we'll look at the broader radar scene here in a moment, but look at these temperatures heading into your afternoon. Where you see these, well, I don't know what color that is, grayish, pinkish hue. We have some very, very warm temperatures out to the west where the thermometers are rocking those 90s out there. Here in the valley, 82 for Fargo, 84 in Grand Forks, 79 in Warroad, Minnesota right now. Heading out towards St. Cloud, we have 81 degrees, and it looks like 72 cooler degrees for Duluth Superior. Look at the 90s, 95 in Minot, 91 Bismarck, and we're 100 degrees as we get out there into Watford City right now. And look at Baker, Montana, out there with 104 sizzling degrees out to the west. Here's a look elsewhere where we do have some pretty hot temperatures. So the heat is here, and heat causes rising air. But you know what? If the air above us is hot, well, that will keep that air from the surface from rising and creating those billowing thunderstorm clouds. Here's a look at the moisture available to these storms, and typically in our neck of the woods, we have dew point temperatures in the 50s this time of the year. And well, right now we are pushing 65 to 75 degrees across the region. So a very humid chunk of air sits right over the top of North Dakota right now, extending into parts of Minnesota. And that is the fuel for thunderstorms. It's what produces the clouds that we see there. It's that water in the atmosphere as we head into the evening hours. So we've got some muggerific conditions out there, a little dry air working its way into southeast parts of Montana right now. And when we look at the regional radar out to the west, we do see severe thunderstorms firing out here in that cut bank area of the Highway 2 corridor of Montana. So as you look in here near the Chester area and Conrad, some windy thunderstorms out here with a gust of 62 miles per hour. That is a severe thunderstorm right there. It's heading south of the Chester area. So just south of the Highway 2 corridor right now is a hail core that is quite strong, moving off to the north and to the east, or east-northeast, I should say, at 35 miles per hour. 1.5 inch diameter hail from that puppy as it chugs along the tracks there near the Highway 2 corridor. Now we have another severe storm where you see the blue here. There's a hailer as well, 1 inch hail, and 60 mile per hour gusts are possible from that storm. Here's a look at the storm risk heading into the nighttime hours, well, based on what my friends at the Storm Prediction Center are looking at. Now, where you see this flashing green area here, that means that there might be some garden variety thunderstorms. That includes Fargo, Jamestown, and Bismarck. But up here where we see the filled in green area, that is a level 1 on a 5-level scale of severe weather. So for the rest of our Wednesday into the night tonight, we do have a chance for a few storms to develop that could be severe. We're already seeing that. It's going to take them a while to chug their way across the region. It's because we are so hot both at the surface and above that's really putting a cap, we like to say, on the thunderstorm development in our area now. But when the cold front makes its way through, that risk will increase. Now, here's a look as we peek ahead into the future, which is what meteorologists like to do. Look where the risk of severe weather will shift as we head into your Thursday. So for Thursday and Thursday night, eastern North Dakota, eastern South Dakota, and most of Minnesota will have a risk for some strong to severe thunderstorms. I'll take you in just a little closer from International Falls, Grand Forks, and the I-29 corridor, all the way from the border crossing down to Sioux Falls, then from west to east, spreading from Jamestown to Duluth and Pierre to Brookings, and Wilmer, Minnesota in that risk area as well as we head into your Thursday and Thursday afternoon and evening. Now, if you do have a question, one of the beauties of Hutch's Weather is you get that opportunity to drop a comment or a question right here in our conversation. Deb, thank you so much for the stars out there. Same thing goes for my friends viewing on that YouTube channel at this particular time. Let's get right to the forecast details. We're going to look at this hourly forecast model here, and this one shows that the risk of thunderstorms heading into northeast Montana. Let me zip this down just a little bit. Not showing too great of a chance as we go through the evening hours until we get to 10 to midnight. And then we'll have some storms working their way from places like Freud, Montana, Plentywood, Montana, Culbertson, Brockton, Wolf Point, all with a chance of some storms. And we'll still see a chance of some nighttime thunderstorms riding along that boundary up in parts of southern Manitoba. Notice that they do and will impact our northern counties as we go into the morning hours on our Thursday. So that's the morning risk. These are not severe, by the way, at that time, or at least it's not anticipated by yours truly as we go into the morning hours. Now, heading into your afternoon, I'm going to go grab a model here that goes out just a bit farther, and here we go. So once we get into the midday hour, we'll see a cold front start to work its way through. Because cooler air will be working its way in, that's going to be the oomph we need to get some of this upward motion started in the atmosphere. That means there'll be a little bit better chance at some scattered, not widespread thunderstorms developing as we go into your evening. This model, pretty quiet with those chances as we go through, but any storms that do form will be in a very hot and humid environment. You know, the one you've been trudging through the last few days. After that, it's a big time cool down across our area that will lead to a drier overall pattern and some pretty swell conditions across the area. Now, I am going to show you one other model that gives you a couple of ideas here of where the storms may be, because that first model I showed you in high resolution wasn't too robust with those thunderstorm chances. And I do believe that the hot air above the ground will limit some of our thunderstorm development. Anywhere from the noon hour, what you're seeing here, noon to 1 in the afternoon, anywhere along this boundary and out ahead of it, we could have isolated to scattered thunderstorms forming as we go into the evening hours. This model times it out, moving through the FM area as we approach that 4 to 7 p.m. time frame. And this model does have a little bit more widespread chance of storms as we approach the 7 o'clock hour, 6 and 7 o'clock hour in central Minnesota. In other words, if you're in Fargo, if you're in the Grand Forks area, once you get beyond dinner time, the chance of thunderstorms does seem to reduce as we go through. So let's boil this down. If there's no questions, we'll go ahead and take a look at what we have going on right now. Here is a look at the forecast for your Thursday morning. Temperatures in the muggy mid-60s out there. So muggy and buggy. 6:32, that sunrise, south wind or southeast wind coming at us. It'll be windier out to the west. Look at these temperatures to start your day. Wow, that's not far from average highs this time of the year, which sits at 80 degrees in the FM area. For your Thursday afternoon, the best chance of storms will be drifting in this area I've highlighted in purple for you. A chance of strong to severe storms will be possible. It's not a guarantee that everybody's going to see storms, and in fact, I think more of us will miss the storms than get the storms as we go through. The hot weather will be sliding to the south and east, but most of the day will be quite warm for your Thursday afternoon. Sunset at 8:30 p.m. And now your 7-day planner brought to you by my friends at Eventide. What a great place to work. What a great place to live. Call Eventide today and arrange a tour. Tell them Hutch sent you. They'll show you around. You'll like what you see. There's your late chance of storms. I have it highlighted in red because any storms that form may quickly become strong to severe. So keep that in mind. 85 in Fargo, a little warmer in Grand Forks, and down in southern Minnesota, it's going to be a unbutton the top button kind of day. Look at these temperatures. It's a nosedive way down to the bottom depths of 60s. And in fact, I have a 30s on here for Monday morning in our area. A cooler, drier high pressure system gets rid of this humidity, which has really been limiting our morning low temperatures, and it's going to dry up a little bit. And this is perfect harvest weather for you producers out there. Keep that in mind, and that's what's going on there. Now I want to announce that tomorrow joining me is Kayana Sir from Finley Sharon School. Can't wait to introduce you to Kayana. Hey, watch tomorrow, 4:30 on my Facebook channel. You can watch also on my website, hutchesweather.com, or right here on my YouTube channel. And make sure you comment with a good pat on the back for these brave young people who help Hutch try to figure out and unscramble this Rubik's Cube that is our weather across the region. All right, now hutchesweather.com, a great place to check out in any situation. You see things very quiet quiet for us, minus those folks up there near Winnipeg. And I want to welcome on my new sponsor, JLA Crop Insurance. Call my friend Nate, and you can click on this link here to find out more information. But we're getting to the end of the season for many of you producers, and you have a lot on the line. And if you want, well, that hail coverage insurance, Nate can get that, well, in order for you within 2 hours from your call. So give him a call if you're concerned about some hail on what you've been working the whole season on. Thanks so much to my sponsors at hutchesweather.com. Thanks to you for watching. And again, we'll remind you that I'll be back with an update a little bit later. We'll see where those Montana storms are roaming. For now, I'm meteorologist Hutch Johnson. Follow me on Facebook. It really does help my cause out here. Subscribe on YouTube, and you can always get the latest in your weather anytime, anywhere on Hutch's